Hello, everybody. This is your main man, Keith here, coming back at you from Keith Plays PS4 927. We are in week 5 of our San Diego Red Dragons franchise, and we are taking on the 1-3 LA Rams in Inglewood, California, the host of Super Bowl 56, which will be held on February 13th in 2022. So we're going to SoFi Stadium for the second time this season because we played against the Chargers in week 2 and we won that episode. So I will have the link to that episode and the link to the episode in the description if you guys want to check that episode out. And the weekly awards from last episode, we beat the Tennessee Titans big time 36-14. Von Miller had 4 tackles, 4 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. So without a further ado, we'll show you the uniforms and we'll see you guys at kickoff. So the Los Angeles Rams are going to be wearing their royal blue home jerseys with the yellow numbers. I kind of like these uniforms, the coloration in one way or another. And they're going to be wearing their yellow alternate pants, their blue home socks, and white with blue shoes. So now for the Red Dragons, we're going to be wearing our white away jerseys with red pants and black socks with red and black shoes. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at kickoff.
Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on Sports. As we'll see Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Patrick Mahomes and San Diego.
Alright, now we're ready to return to kickoff for the San Diego Red Dragons as the Los Angeles Rams kick this one off. We got some Golden Tate in some action today. Ready to return this one, and he gets stopped there at the 30-yard line. So this is going to be a first down and 10. We get to see Patrick Mahomes and the San Diego Red Dragons stepping onto the field for the first time today in this episode. Mahomes, he's back to pass, and he's going to fire this one out to Brian Wagner, who he had an injury, and he is back on the field. That was a 34-yard reception, by the way, as this will be a first and 10. So we're going to move the chains at the 36-yard line. We step back to pass. Mahomes firing this one out to Zach Ertz, and he gets that first down at the 13. So we're going to move the sticks here and get that first down. So we're going to use the strong formation. Actually, I'm not going to use the strong formation. We'll probably use the weak formation here for the offense. So we're going to put in the PA boot LT, and I'm actually going to throw this one out to Golden Tate. So I fire this one out to Golden Tate. He gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. So this is going to be the first receiving TD of the game for the Red Dragons. Alright, first and 10. Matthew Stafford is back to pass, and he steps back. He's going to throw this pass. That turns out to be incomplete. 0 for 1 there that time. So this will be a second down and 10 from the 34. And it looks like they are going to throw that pass. And it also is another incomplete pass. So this will be 2 straight passes incomplete. So this will be a third and 10 now. And they're going to fire this one. That's also incomplete. And this will result in a 4th and 10. So he started off the game not so great by throwing 3 straight incomplete passes. And now we have possession of the football. This is the fun part. And the question is, will we be able to return this kickoff? The answer, punt return, for a lot of yardage. The answer to that is no. However, we did gain at least 23 or so yards. So we're going to use the 94 Will featuring Justin White. at the 38-yard line. So we're going to use some Justin White, the Clemson product. And he runs the ball once at it. He gets stopped there at the 42 for a gain of 20 yards on that play. And we're still using the 94 will at the 42-yard line. So we're going to hand this off to Justin White. Hopefully we don't lose any yardage. And we do. So last week against the Titans, he had 8 rushes, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he has already 672 rushing yards this season. So he only needs 328 to get up to 1,000. So he uses that juke move. And this will now become a 3rd and 9. And we're going to use a 95 mic run play. So at the 41, we're going to use Justin White here. So Justin White breaking tackles, getting stopped at the 26. 1st and 10 now. And we have 939 offensive rushing yards this season. So we only need 61, which we should be able to achieve in this episode, as a matter of fact. So we run the ball with Justin White. He gets it down at the 2. 5 carries, 61 yards. And we're only at the 2-yard line. So we should be able to get this in to end the first quarter. So we run it in, and it's now 14-0 lead Red Dragon. So we'll see you guys in the second quarter. Second quarter has already begun, and we throw this pass incomplete. So now he has 4 straight incomplete passes, and they're not off to a good start this game, as a matter of fact. So that pass should have been intercepted because the 2 defenders there were making that pass deflection whatsoever on 3rd down and 11, and they're at the 33. So what's going to happen now is that they're going to run the ball, and I don't think they're going to get a first down out of this one, and they do. I wasn't expecting them to get that first down, but unfortunately they did at the 45-yard line. So we're going to use a 4-3 formation for the defense. On a 1st and 10, they're going to hand this one off to Cam Akers, and he runs the ball. Only gained about 7 or so yards on that play, and this will be at the 48-yard line. So next week we have a bye, and then we play against the Seattle Seahawks at home, and we play the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. So our next road game won't be until Jacksonville. All right, 3rd down and 10 now. Matthew Stafford, he throws his pass, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10, and it looks like they're going to step back to pass once at it. And it is Robert Woods who makes that reception on that play. 2nd and 1. And Matthew Stafford, he is back to pass, so he gets sacked by Chris Jones. So the clock's winding down pretty fast here in LA. Red Dragons lead at 14-0. And they're at their own 42-yard line, 3rd down and 9. They're going to step back to pass, so they're going to fire this one out. That's incomplete, so this will be a 4th and 9 from the 42, as the Los Angeles Rams will punt this one out, and it goes at the 25 out of bounds. And this will be a 1st and 10, so we're going to use the 94 will run play on 1st and 10. So we're going to hand this off to Justin White, so he's going to run the ball. And he breaks 1 tackle, breaks a 2nd one, breaks a 3rd, gets it at the 44, and it's his 10th rush this season with more than 20 yards. So we're 3 yards away from getting 1,000 rushing yards this year, not only for Justin White, but also for Patrick Mahomes, because he did most of the running as well. So 14-0, 95 mic run play on 1st and 10 from the 30. Mahomes. He's going to hand this off to Justin White. And Justin White gets this into the end zone to end the first half here in Inglewood. So that was a 30-yard rush. So he has 745 rushing yards this season. All right, 1st and 10 from the 37. They're going to actually throw the pass, and that turns out to be incomplete there. We pressured Matthew Stafford. We should have got that interception, but oh well. I mean, 2nd down and 10. They're actually going to run the ball. Maybe the next passing play will probably get a sack and or maybe an interception. So 3rd down and 8 now. We're going to blitz here on the defense at the 39. So it looks like they're going to do a passing play, and they will. So Matthew Stafford gets sacked by KJ Wright. So this will be a 4th and 13, as we are going to use some Golden Tate to third at the 34. So 4th and 13 now. We get to return the punt with Golden Tate. So we get to return this one. And we actually get stopped at the 33-yard line. So this will be a 1st down and 10 from the 33. So we're going to use the shotgun formation, and we're going to use the RPO. I don't know what that means, that type of play, but still I'm going to actually run it with Mahomes. He only lost about 3 yards on that play. Leonard Floyd made the sack there. And let's see what other play I might use. I might use the red zone halfback scissors pass play. We've never really done this before. And I'm thinking about throwing this one out to Brian Wagner, the Coastal Carolina product. He's the rookie. And Wagner does get that 1st down. 4 for 4, 96 yards for Mahomes today. And we're still going to use that same exact play until Brian Wagner gets a touchdown. So we're going to fire this one out to Brian Wagner. And Brian Wagner jumps on into the end zone for a touchdown. And that will be his first career touchdown reception. So it's now going to be 29-0, because we're actually going to do a 2-point conversion. So they're at the 2-yard line. We're going to hand this off to I believe Todd Gurley, and we get that in there. 29-0, Red Dragons lead. All right, 1st and 10. Stafford hands us off to Cam Akers, and he only gained about 1 yard on that play. So we're gonna blitz here on the defense. 2nd and 9 now from the 33 actually. And he's going to step back to pass. He's going to throw this one out to Cooper Kupp. Gets that 1st down, as it will be a 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. And it looks like Matthew Stafford, he's going to hand this off to Cooper Kupp. He only ran the ball for a rush. He didn't gain or lose any yards whatsoever. This will end the 3rd, by the way. And they're going to do one final play. So they're going to hand this off to Cam Akers. This ends the 3rd. All right, 3rd down and 10 now from the 43 here in LA. Matthew Stafford, he's going to fire this pass out. That will be incomplete. 3 for 10, 32 yards. But the question is, they are going to attempt a 4th down. If they get this 4th down into a 1st down, they will still have possession, and it turns out it's incomplete. So we will have possession of the football, and I'm thinking about running it with Justin White, because I really like running the ball with Justin White. He's a Clemson product. 1st and 10, Justin White with the possession of the football, breaking tackles, gets stopped at the 36 though. 10 carries, 144 yards for White. And he's only at the 36-yard line, so this will be a 2nd and 3. We're going to hand this off to Justin White. Using that hurdle, he gets stopped at the 34, 146 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. 3rd and 1. Question is, will we actually get that 1st down, and will it be possible to do so And Justin White has 159 yards rushing today, and he's reached over 150 rushing yards today. So that's something interesting along the lines here, because you don't get to see that too much. So we're going to put in Brian Wagner as my receiver for this play. And 1st and 10, Mahomes stepping back to pass, firing this one out to Wagner. Brian Wagner gets the second touchdown of the game and his second one of his career. And it's now going to be 36-0 Red Dragons. Hit stick fumble. We recover this one, and we're going to take this one all the way. Jumps on into the end zone. That is going to be a touchdown. Zach Ertz actually made that fumble recovery on that kickoff. So the return man lost the ball. He didn't pay attention to where the ball was after he got tackled, and it just knocked out of his possession. And the Red Dragons knew to recover that fumble and return it straight into the end zone. So it's going to be 43-0 San Diego. Okay, 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line. We're near the red zone, which is nice. And we run it with Justin White. He gets stopped at the 12. So now he has 203 rushing yards today. And they're at the 12-yard line. So we have 360 total yards offensively and defensively. So Justin White scores his 3rd touchdown of the game, and it's now going to be a 50-0 lead here in Inglewood, California in the 213 and 310. All right, 1st and 10 from the 31 with 120 to go in the 4th. Rams, Tyler Higbee claims that reception. He's down at the 36, so there's a minute to go. And the Rams already have 2 turnovers in this episode. Well, I think 3. I might have been mistaken, but 3rd and 3 now from the 38. We're going to blitz here on the defense. And 52 seconds. So they're going to step back to pass. Incomplete. We should have had it. I wanted it to be intercepted, but turns out it was an incomplete pass. Oh well, we'll have many interceptions throughout this season, trust me. And Golden Tate's going to use that juke move, and he gets stopped at the 16. So this is going to be a 1st down and 10. We're going to use the shotgun formation. We're going to run it with Mahomes, and hopefully he don't lose any yardage. So he breaks tackles along the line, gets stopped at the 37, his first carry for about 21 yards, and his 5th rush of the year, and he got that for over 50 yards. So that's something interesting to see. So now we throw this one out to Brian Wagner. Turns out that's incomplete. And I'm just going to run it with Mahomes. Even though this is a passing play, I still want to run it with Mahomes to end the football game. And we win it big time here in LA. Actually, we're going to take a timeout. And I'm going to think about what my game plan will be. Will I run? Will I pass? All up to personal decision. So 405 total yards, and I'm just going to run it with Mahomes. So he has lots of room there. He gets that, gets stopped at the 30. End of game. We win this one 50-0. All right, Patrick Mahomes, perfect passer rating, 158.3 passer rating, 6 for 7, 160 yards today. And he had 3 touchdowns on the day. Matthew Stafford, 54.4 passer rating, 7 for 16. No touchdowns whatsoever. Justin White did put up a really good performance today. 15 carries, 215 yards, 14.3 with the average, and 3 touchdowns, 10 broken tackles. Cam Akers, he did have 7 carries, 18 yards. And he did lose a fumble, actually, along the lines there. Brian Wagner, his first career touchdown reception was scored today. 4 receptions, 124 yards with an average of 31, 2 touchdowns on the day for him. Golden Tate had 1 touchdown as well. Defensively, Chris Jones and KJ Wright had sacks. And Rashad Jones also had a sack defensively for the Red Dragons. And Leonard Floyd had LA's only sack of the game with 1. And let's see the forced fumbles here. Rodney McLeod and KJ Wright both had fumbles. Rashad Fenton had a fumble recovery. There were no touchdowns. So, kick return and punt return, no touchdowns. But there was a fumble recovery on the kickoff by Zach Ertz, and he got that in. So, it's now 50-0. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next episode. And have a great Tuesday, everybody.